With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow. The Minerva Athletic Boosters Club is dedicated to supporting the needs of the Minerva Athletic Department and all varsity sports teams. We also assist our middle school teams and work year-round to raise funds that directly benefit our athletes. Whether it be providing new uniforms for varsity and middle school teams or providing scholarships for our athletes as they move on to their next chapter, we do a lot to help support our beloved Minerva Lions. Join us for our major events such as our reverse raffle in September, Super Bowl squares in February, or our St. Patrick's Day dance in March, or join us for any of our 9 meetings this year starting in September and running monthly through May at 6 p.m. at the high school library. We invite you to
It's a special night for volleyball here in Minerva, Ohio. On the court, it is time to begin the new league season for the EBC. And for us up here in the broadcast booth, it is time to begin a new partnership. It's the Minerva Lions and the West Branch Warriors up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation! We will see you on Saturday afternoon! Riley Meister gets the point!
Back into left field! Say goodnight to that baseball!
And there's another one! It's back-to-back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas! He's the point, and it's alive! Hanson pushes it over! Unbelievable! We play on! It's blocked! We're tied! We're tied! Unbelievable!
Live from Minerva High School, this is OHSAA Volleyball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. As today, it is the Lions playing host to the West Branch Warriors. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening, live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. I mentioned it during our mini intro. It is time to begin a new league season. Game number 1 in the EBC for both the Minerva Lions and the West Branch Warriors. And then on our end, this is the beginning of a new partnership, as this year we are beginning a partnership with Minerva Athletics. We are going to be streaming select games for the Lions this year. This is the first one. We have seen Minerva a few times throughout the past year, but this time they are the team that we are here for. We're excited for this opportunity to be with them. And in addition to that, the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club is our broadcast presenter today, and for all of our Minerva broadcasts, so glad to have them. For West Branch fans, don't feel too alienated. We are big fans of what you guys do, and especially of your 2024 campaign. 17-8 on the year, but a district final loss to Norton brought you guys one game within being in our broadcast jurisdiction for the actual regional tournament, as they would have taken the place of Norton against Holy Name back in October. In the end, they did fall, but a lot of great players on their roster this year. They could be a threat, but then again, you look at the EBC for volleyball, there is one top dog, and that top dog does not look to be going anywhere. That is the Marlington Dukes, as they will also begin their conference play tonight, but on the road at Carrollton. So they are not too far away from here in Minerva, as the Warriors are the arch rivals of the Minerva Lions. Looking at both rosters once again, good amount of talent on both sides. We do have stats for West Branch. A lot of balance. Their attack has a couple of key figures who look to do great tonight. If you're balanced in this sport of volleyball, you have a great chance to win. We saw that with Mount Union last year, a balanced attack, and that brought them all the way to the OAC tournament semifinals. We'll toss things downstairs to our PA announcer, and he will get us underway with some pregame announcements, the national anthem, and our player introductions.
Good evening, volleyball fans. Minerva High School extends a cordial welcome to all of you. The athletes in this game are friendly rivals, and while playing might be quite competitive, all in attendance are reminded the spirit of true sportsmanship and respect should be demonstrated toward the officials, players, coaches, and opposing fans. Remember, respect the game. The officials of tonight's contest are Scott Kelly, Leo Roberts, Dan Dennis, and Grant Jackson. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a country with freedoms like no other. In order to honor those who have served our country to defend our freedoms, we ask that everyone please rise, and gentlemen, kindly remove your hats for the national anthem. And now for the introductions from the visiting team of the West Branch Warriors, coached by head coach Josh Kuzmal, assisted by Jared Baker, Fallon Brill, and Kaylee Davis. Number 5, Eliana Biscup. Number 17, Neely Gruber. Number 20, Renee Emmons. Number 22, Sydney Lane. Number 24, Chloe Sainer. And number 27, Kaylin Fritz. And for tonight's starters, number 2, Kendall Goose. Number 15, Kendall Cady. Number 4, Aislinn Raymond. Number 7, Audrey Raymond. Number 12, Abigail Janasa. And number 14, Madeline Goose. And for your Minerva Lions, number 1, Hudson Shellmarcher. Number 6, Carson Mariner. Number 10, Clara Baker. Number 14, Olivia McCroby. Number 15, Jillian Dow. Number 20, Jenna Dow. Number 24, Callie Bettis. Number 25, Brooklyn Scott. And number 18, Ava Morkel. And for your starters, 0, Ava Shellmarcher. Number 5, Emma Catlett. Number 9, Addison Coker. Number 11, Adriana Ashton. Number 13, Gracie Monroe. Number 19, Rebecca Jackson. Good luck to both sides.
There's only one place to start the next part of the broadcast. I need an American flag like that. That might be the next investment in this broadcast setup. just an American flag that is brought down. You can have that in the middle of the living room during the year, and then during the broadcast season, you can bring it out and just drape it down. I have never seen anything like that at a high school venue. Very beautifully done by Minerva, and I'm hoping that we will see it a lot this year, whether it be for volleyball or for basketball come the winter. But once again, welcome into Minerva High School in Minerva. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel this evening. The task at hand is simple for Minerva. Play spoiler to the West Branch Warriors. The Warriors have two big games circled this year in EBC play. At Marlington and then at home against Marlington. Plain and simple, 8-2 last year, 2 losses against the Dukes, who went undefeated in conference play. But to get to those 8 wins, you have to take down the other teams. Alliance, Carrollton, Minerva, Salem. They're not going to be easy games. They are going to fight, and they are going to throw everything and then some at West Branch. But right now, this can be a tempo setter for the rest of the year. Get a hot start tonight, get a 3-0 victory, and then West Branch could easily be on their way to a 10-0 regular season in the EBC, or even 8-2, which 8-2 still very good, and that will put them just behind Marlington. But as for Minerva, 10-13 last year, winners of their last 2 games. They had a tough start to this year, but with this young core starting to finally gel, they could be on the cusp of a bigger breakout than they've already been on. Their 2 wins, 3-1 and 3-0. 3-1 against Steubenville and 3-0 against Canton South. Their 2 losses so far this year, both 3-0 defeats. The first one, Strasburg-Franklin. The other one, Beaver Local. As for West Branch, they are currently on a 1-game losing streak. They lost their last game 2-0 to Jefferson area. A couple of the earlier tournaments in the season only go up to 3 sets, and that is why they lost 2-0. You look at a couple of their other games, Smithville a 2-0 loss, South Range a 2-0 win, and then their other 3-set game, a 2-1 victory over Holland, a future EBC team in regards to football. It'll be the Warriors setting the ball away to begin, as it is Aislinn Ring back deep. And as the freshman sends this one away, we are off to the races in the 2025 EBC season. Minerva looking for their first return, and it brings the point with it. A great start to the EBC campaign. 1 point out of a potential 1. And if you are on the receiving end of the first serve, you have to be perfect. The connection already looking great for the Lions, and they have a dream start. It'll be Derek, the sophomore, back to serve for Minerva, and that'll be their first serve of the EBC campaign. The first return of the game for West Branch nicely digs up, and Minerva will send it back over. West Branch now setting up their offense. Good attack as they will push it to the back corner, and it is going to go out of play, missing the line. The point will go to Minerva. I talked about it in pregame. Having a balanced attack is key. We saw it a lot last year with the Mount Union Purple Raiders. You have Welty, Bolin, and then you had Alexis Meyer up front with Heaven Bartel. Those 4 were dangerous. West Branch, they have a similar core. 4 key players with a lot of kills. You have Hoops, Janosic, Ring, and then Kendall Hoops, the elder of the 2. On the wayward serve, West Branch gets their first point of the game. 2-1 now the score in set number 1. Kendall Haley, the senior, back deep to serve. She has played in all 17 sets, now 18 for the West Branch Warriors in 2025. Miscommunication in the back line. Haley just threw one up there, nobody home. And Minerva takes back a point. 3-4 serves, Minerva looking solid. But a lot of game left to go. We saw it in the JV game. Minerva controlled that second set, the one that would have sent it to a sudden death 3rd set. But in the end, they lost their steam at the end and ended up losing in extra serves. Good skim, and there is our first ace of the game. Catlett just grazes it off the net, and the dream start gets better for Minerva. 4-1 now, your score in set number 1. And just given what we know heading into this is not the start we expected. West Branch trying to get back together, and they will find it. A heavy hit back by the libero Dowell, unable to direct it back into play. And West Branch will take the point. And that is a big thing to look at in this game. How are the receptions for both teams? Are they going to sky the ball off of a reception, or can they control it and find a teammate up the floor for a potential kill? West Branch once again on the serving end. Bump forward, a good lineup The send over by Jackson. Kept up in the middle by the Warriors. They will respond. Lane hits it over. Response by the outside of Minerva. That is Schellenbarger. And once again, a great return by the Lions, that time via the dig. And this long sequence continues. Can Minerva get the kill? Not quite. It is blocked by the Warriors, and they will take the point. Our first block of the evening, and it comes at a big time for West Branch. Those big sequences tell you a lot about a team's resolve, and we had our answer there pretty quick. A 2-point run for West Branch, now 4-3 your score in set number 1. And here come the Lions. Jackson returns, pushed over again by the Lions. It will just stay in their territory. And on the third touch, they will get it over. The Warriors scramble, nothing going, and the point goes to Minerva. Excellent adjustment by the Lions. They tried just touching it over to return, didn't get it to go. There was somebody right there at the net. They had 2 touches to work with, and on the third of the sequence, they got it over. And at that point, fate was just in their hands, and West Branch couldn't get it done. The Warriors looking to respond, but Minerva a chance to set up their offense, but miscommunication says otherwise. It looks like the ball took a trip to the rafters and back down. We see that a lot at Marlington High School as there is a low ceiling. This one slightly taller, but still definitely an issue. And for the first time tonight, it benefits the visitors. 10th serve of the opening frame. It's off the net, and it is an ace. We are tied up at 5. Nicely done by the West Branch Warriors. Kendall Hoops, the junior, gets ace number 7 on the year. Averaging an ace per game. Not too shabby for the junior. How does Minerva respond? Good attack in the middle. The middle hitter gets it over, but not enough as it is poked down by West Branch. Fritz gives the Warriors their first lead of the night. And you look at the way that West Branch plays at the net, they do have the height advantage. That is key. You'll see a lot of that tonight. Just light taps down, and that'll give them some points. And speaking of points, there is an ace. Minerva debated on if they should attack or not, decided to go for the ball. And in the end, not enough room behind as it took an awkward hit off the hands. And the way they received it once again gives a point to the Warriors. And once again, no return. West Branch starting to heat up, now up by 3. And there it is. The awkward bounces on the reception, costing Minerva. That's why we talked about it at the beginning of the broadcast. Receptions would mean a lot in this game, and they have so far. Excellent dig by Hoops to keep it alive, and there is the return. And now here comes Minerva. A heavy hit, and it is going into the bleachers. Point Minerva. Nicely done by Cashton on the near side. A powerful strike. And yet again, unable to receive it. It goes into the bleachers. Minerva now down by 2. 8-6 your score. Spike to the back line, kept up by the libero Dowell. Good cross-body motion, but not enough to get it down. And the point goes to West Branch. So now 9-6 your score as this will be serve number 16 of the opening frame. For those unfamiliar with volleyball, we will be playing at most 5 sets tonight. First to 3 wins it, and there is another ace for the West Branch Warriors. And they will be the first team to reach double figures tonight. The aces have been powerful for WB. And now up by 4, they control this opening set. Sainer, the libero, sends it over. A scramble by the Lions, but a good return. And now the defense will set up, but the whistle will blow. And now the 2 line judges will have a conference. And it looks like the point will go to West Branch. And now Coach Oakes wants an explanation, and so do the Minerva faithful. A lot of boos after that play. So we'll see what they end up doing, as that was not at all kind of expected. It came out of the blue on the return. We'll hopefully get some clarification later on as to what went wrong. But now 11-6 West Branch on top, and they will make it 12-6. It's an excellent kill in the middle by Audrey Ring. Ring entering play tonight had a total of 30 kills. And we go back to that balanced attack. Hoops with 30 entering play tonight. Ring with 30. Janosik 23. And then Madeline Hoops with 48. 4 powerful attackers for the West Branch Warriors. Timeout called by the Minerva Lions, and we will follow suit. You are watching OHSAA Volleyball on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Welcome back to Minerva High School. 12-6 your score in set number 1. The West Branch Warriors on top of the Minerva Lions. A good run of form by West Branch as of late. Minerva looks for a response as Shellen Barger sends it over to Rich. Point West Branch. Biggest lead of the opening frame for West Branch, now up by 7. And it'll be Sainer who continues to serve entering play today. She has a team high of 13 aces. And we have seen a few so far in this contest early. Shellen Barger plays it forward for Dierich. And now the Warriors will begin their attack. Play to their far outside, nothing going as Kaylee can't get it down. Minerva responds, and they will look for a tip, and they get it. The point goes to the Lions. Or rather, no, they're going to point it over towards West Branch. Initially, they pointed, it looked like, towards Minerva. Once again, they looked for that touch and just didn't get it. But in the end, they will take a point on the following serve. Just too low of an attempt, and that'll end Sainer's time serving. But not at all a bad sequence for her. It is a good launching pad for the West Branch Warriors as they are 11 points away from sealing the opening set. Fritz sends it to the back line and gets it in there. A beautiful snipe for the points. One of the best pieces of precision that we have seen so far. Caitlin Fritz tucked it in that back corner. Not an easy shot at all, but she will take the kill, and the Warriors will take the points. Audrey Ring sends it over for West Branch. Catlett attacks. She is denied, and the point goes to the visitors. Biggest lead of the opening set, now up to 9. And I'll keep going back to it. This balanced attack, they can also double as a great defensive wall. The Warriors have the height advantage in this game, and that does wonders for them at the net. Potentially another ace brewing, but there is the return at the last hit. Hoops lining it up on the far side, picks up her sister, unable to get the point. A response from Minerva, nothing going. Here come the Warriors again. It's Kaylee, and she will get the points. Excellent communication by the West Branch Warriors. They're helped in large part due to the fact that they have 2 duos, 2 hoops, and 2 rings. So 2/3 of their starting lineup are siblings. And there is another ace yet again. It is Audrey Ring this time. And the lead just continues to grow for the West Branch Warriors, now up by 11. A tough start. Things did not look too good for them. But a team like West Branch, you can never count them out. Nice response to get it over, but now West Branch possesses it. And once again, it is Audrey Ring. She will get the kill, goes to the back line. And now it is a 12-point advantage, and I believe Minerva will call time to talk things over, and they will. Now out of timeouts in the first set, but the West Branch Warriors, this is what you expect when you see that name on your screen. Pedigree and domination. 19-7, all West Branch in set number 1.
Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern, or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow.
West Branch 19, Minerva 7, your score in set number 1 as the Warriors send it over to get us back underway after Minerva used their second and final timeout of the opening frame. Hoop sends it over, excellent dig in the back line by Jackson, returned by Catlett, and she will not get the point as it just misses. The point will go to the Warriors, and they are in the 20s, 5 points away from sealing a victory in set number 1. Once again, down 4-1 to begin. Outside of that serving miscue, it has been all West Branch since that 4-1 point. So serve 6 and forward, 4 points for Minerva, 19 for West Branch. You look at that sample and you start to see why the Warriors are dominating this opening set. Fritz lollipops it over into no man's land. Last time we called her name, she went for the back line. This time she finds a Bermuda Triangle, and she will get point 21, and she will take a breather. A well-earned break at that for the junior. She has been tremendous so far with precision. So many power hitters on this West Branch team. But if you can have that one player who uses precision more than power, that gives you even more offensive balance. Excellent block at the net. Minerva just able to get it over. And here come the Warriors. Sainer forward, tipped over by Madeline Hoops, the freshman. Unable to get the point. And Minerva will attack again, and they will take it. Excellent response by the Lions. And you saw the way that West Branch played at the net. Minerva knew their best path to success was getting it into the backcourt. They do just that. And now they are a point away from getting into double figures. A long serve, mishandled. It is an ace for Minerva. And that'll put them in double figures. Zurich, the sophomore, once again gets it done. We have called her name a fair amount tonight, and for good reason. Now an 11-point set. Minerva starting to get back into it, but maybe a little bit too late. But they're going to do everything they can to make it happen. The put down just wide, and the Warriors will take back a point. And that was simply the patience game right around the net. It's a close call. Do you let it drop or do you make a play? Given the score, most likely it's going on a play. You take that risk, and that calculated risk gives them point number 22. They now need 3 to win the opening frame. West Branch to try it again. It's Kendall Hoops. She looks for a tip and doesn't get it. Point Minerva. And that is a risky game, trying to win it on the tip. It's so hard to see it. We saw it during the regional tournament at Alliance High School. It is so finite to see, okay, does it take any awkward motion? No, it wasn't tipped. In that case, it was pretty clear cut, but sometimes it's a lot closer. And yet again, it's the roof. This time it bites West Branch. So each side has been burned by the ceilings once in this set. And I feel like that is fitting just given how the game has gone. In that regard, the teams are even. Not anymore, it's off the roof again. Back-to-back assists by the upper padding. How about that? Obviously, we give our player of the game after the game, but the player of the set might be the roof right now, putting in some overtime down the stretch. Minerva now down by 9. West Branch looking for a response. They get it. But there is a violation first, and that'll erase Madeline Hoops' excellent kill. Now an 8-point set, and Coach Cusmell on the far side could start to think about calling a timeout. He has both of his still left. A point here, and I think you use one. You reset from there and work deep into the rest of the sets. Hoops goes far side, picks up Janosic. Excellent dig in the middle by Schellenbarger to keep it alive, and we will play on. And now a violation, it goes to Minerva. Ava Schellenbarger kept it alive, and Minerva proves why it was so necessary. Not in vain after all. It's a 7-point set. Coach Cusmell very vocal on the far side. The more points on the board for Minerva, the closer we get to a timeout for West Branch. They look for the ricochet, and they get it this time. West Branch now 2 points away from sealing a set 1 win. And the Warriors will make a change as it is Sydney Lane, the sophomore, coming on. 1 ace so far this season, as she has played in a total of 7 sets, now 8. Sent to the back line for Dowell, played forward. To the right side it goes. And it is out of play for a West Branch point. And it is officially set point for the opening frame. Good idea on the far side by the Lions, but too much power in the end hurts the attack. Lane to try and seal it. Dowell keeps it alive for the time being. Jackson returns. It is too powerful, and it is the West Branch Warriors taking home set number one, 25-15, your final. Nicely done all the way around by West Branch after a rough start, going down 4-1. They put their heads down. They get the job done. They led by a lot more down the stretch. Minerva, they did a great job to fight their way back into the frame, but in the end, that fight just came a little bit too late, and on that overhit, the set ends. Through one in Minerva, it is the West Branch Warriors up 1-0 overall, taking home the opener 25-15. You are watching OHSAA Volleyball on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. The Minerva Athletic Boosters Club is dedicated to supporting the needs of the Minerva Athletic Department and all varsity sports teams. We also assist our middle school teams and work year-round to raise funds that directly benefit our athletes. Whether it be providing new uniforms for varsity and middle school teams or providing scholarships for our athletes as they move on to their next chapter, we do a lot to help support our beloved Minerva Lions. Join us for our major events such as our reverse raffle in September, Super Bowl squares in February, or our St. Patrick's Day dance in March, or join us for any of our 9 meetings this year starting in September and running monthly through May at 6 p.m. at the high school library. We invite you to
Welcome back to Minerva High School. Set number 2 about to get underway. Set number 1 taken home by the West Branch Warriors. Now 1-0 overall, 25-15 your score in the opening frame. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening as you are currently watching OHSAA Volleyball on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. We just ran their ad at the end of our break. So if you are a Minerva High School parent looking to get involved with the athletic department, that is a great way to do so. We thank them, Crowell Interiors, Heather Prince from Howard Hanna, and then the athletic director of Minerva, Garth Evans, for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Once again, Minerva is a team that we are starting to cover as of, well, today. This is our first broadcast as a part of this partnership. Once again, we would like to extend our gratitude to Garth Evans, the athletic director, for allowing us to come in here and do our thing. And now with this partnership, we have half of the EBC covered. Alliance and Marlington with Channel 1022 and Minerva here. First serve underway for the second set, and we are back underway. And it is the same old, same old. West Branch gets the opening points. Madeline Hoops, the freshman, a tremendous season so far. It just keeps getting better. 48 kills entering play tonight, 2.8 on average per set. And as a freshman, that is a big player to have for the next couple of years. You don't have to worry about replacing her until after the 2029 season, I believe. Light tap over by Shellen Barger. Tap down again, almost hitting the net. Will they say they did? And the answer is yes. It looked like 2 Lions came down on the net at the same time. Otherwise, it was a great return, but you can't touch the net. And it is a 2-0 lead for West Branch early on in set number 2. And if you are Minerva, the tactic here is simple. Bring the ball deeper and get it past that front wall. If you are playing inside the smaller area right by the net, you're not going to win. West Branch has that height advantage, and they have been dominating there all night. And one of the rare overhits from the Warriors as that one is sent to the back wall out of play. And Minerva has their first point of set number 2. But if that one was a little bit closer, once again, the Lions beaten at the net. They have to be very careful about that. The Warriors back to the drawing board will try to respond. An accidental send back dealt with nicely by Jackson, and it will not matter. Whistle blows, and Minerva gets the points. Initially, it looked like they were going to give it to West Branch, but after a late reversal, we are tied. But I will say the hustle from Minerva tonight has been tremendous. These girls have heart, and you can tell. A last-second tip from Hoops. She thought that was going out of play. Returned by Ring. And here come the Lions. Ayla Schellenbarger sends it over, and she forces the reception error. Point Minerva. And they have their first lead since the early stages of set number 1. Schellenbarger has been tremendous tonight. We talk about the extra effort being given by Minerva. Number 0, maybe the catalyst for it all the way around. Heavy serve to the back line. Sainer able to tip it, but not a clean reception again. It is an ace for the Lions. They now lead by 2. It is Dierich with the ace. But just like that, receiving errors coming back into play for both sides. But right now, it is burning West Branch. Sent over, a good serve, and the puts down also good. Schellenbarger would get the kill, but in the end, they reversed it, and the point will go to West Branch. I believe they say she crossed, and that was the issue. Otherwise, a fundamentally sound play, got a good kill, but the violation negates it once again. And we saw that last time early on in set number 1. A violation against Minerva kind of ruined their flow. And this could be an avenue for West Branch to really take over. Dowell, no man's land. It is an ace, and we are tied. And just like that, the 2-point lead erased. West Branch has been dominant in the ace department tonight. Kendall Haley, the senior, getting that one. And Kaylee will stay back to serve again for all your score through 8 serves. Schellenbarger sends it over. Kept up by the Warriors, and here they come again into no man's land. West Branch back on top. Just a light tip in front of Dowell, the junior libero. And if it is in no man's land, there's only so much that you can do. The Warriors right now playing without their libero, Sainer. A lot of their sets do not involve their libero. One of the few teams in high school that plays primarily without theirs. Good hit on the far side by Janosic, but dealt with nicely by Jackson. And there is the return by Schellenbarger. 5-4 West Branch in set number 2. An awkward return, put down right away by Janosic. An awkward ricochet back to the net. And yet again, West Branch asserts their dominance in the middle. Yet again, Minerva has to be careful of playing so close to the net. So many tall players, and that time it's Janosic putting it down. 6-4 now the score in the frame. West Branch playing right by the net. It is Madeline Hoops putting it down. And the run continues. A 5-0 run for the West Branch Warriors here in set number 2. And once again, that violation swung momentum right back to West Branch. And they have not looked back in a while. Kaylee delivers, goes for the corner. And she just misses it. And the point will go to Minerva. Substitution being made by the Lions in the meantime, as it is the freshman Hudson Schellenbarger subbing in. So a clear trend of siblings, or at a minimum, same last names across both teams. That is something you see a lot in the EBC, and some of them, the last names, they don't really mean much in correlation. Hard hit by Jackson, and she will get the kill. Only one senior on this Minerva volleyball team, and yet again, she steps up and shows some good leadership. This is a tough spot for Minerva rather. You have one senior, one real true leader at the highest level. You have some juniors who step up, but it's just like the baseball team last year with Dunbar, the only senior, but they still found leadership in other areas. Good return by Schellenbarger, one of those said leaders. Heavy hit by Janosic, unable to get it down. Possession stays with Minerva. Schellenbarger, a light tip over. The Warriors try to attack. It is Hoops. What a hit. And the point goes to West Branch. Fake Central went right. Nobody home. And to be able to apply that fake so well, yet again as a freshman, truly impressive work by Madeline Hoops. She has been on fire tonight for the West Branch Warriors. A big reason why they find themselves up by 2. Lined up for Ayla Schellenbarger, pushes it to the back line, and she converts. The Minerva Lions back within 1. 8-7 your score. A very competitive set number 2 so far. Ayla sending it over for the Lions. Ring lining it up for Hoops. Can't get it over. And we are going to be tied at 8. Going back to last year, outside of Marlington, no team in the EBC took a set off of West Branch outside of the Minerva Lions, who overall came in 4th in the conference. And they will look to do the same again tonight, getting at least 1 set. And that is a step in the right direction, but not quite. The pancake keeps it alive, and the point goes to West Branch. So close to taking back the lead, but an excellent pancake dig kept it in the air long enough. How about that from the Warriors? Yet again, you can never count out West Branch. And now we are tied once more, the serve going wayward. But that pancake, we will watch that back, I'm sure, once this game is over. And that might be the play of the game. It is so difficult to execute no matter the level that you're playing at. Truly impressive work by the Warriors. 9 all through 18 serves. On the 19th, Janosic sends it over. A hard dig from Schellenbarger. And the Lions will send it back. West Branch trying again. Hoops lining it up for Ring. Rejected again. Nicely done. Still plenty to play for in this serve. And finally, it will fall in favor of West Branch. An excellent snipe of the back line. And the Warriors are the first team to reach double figures in set number 2. But 2 tremendous digs. The last one from Jackson. Minerva once again putting in the extra work, and they will call it an ace. It was an excellent dig attempt from Zowell, but it just hit the ground before she got there. And this is one of the few sets that we do see the libero Sainer, but when she has been on the court tonight, she has been lethal. Dowell sending it forward to the net. Schellenbarger lining it up, and on the tip, the point goes to Minerva. Nicely done by the outside, Dierich. And we will see a substitution for Minerva. It is going to be Catlett coming back on. West Branch 11, Minerva 10 in set number 2. Good skim off the net, and it is an ace. Once again, it is the senior Rebecca Jackson. And we are tied up through 22 serves. This is leadership at its finest, taking matters into your own hands. Exactly what Jackson is doing right here for Minerva. What says West Branch? They say kill! Audrey Ring gets it done, and the Warriors restore their lead. Yet again, folks, we'll keep saying it. You can never count out the Warriors. No matter the sport, they have the grit and grind it takes. But still, plenty to play for in set number 2. It is not over until one team hits 25 or is up by 2. Schellenbarger plays it back. A skied hit by Sainer. Kept in play nicely by Hoops. And there is the return. Minerva's turn to attack. Schellenbarger lining it up. Popped over, and there's the point. Dierich gets it done, and we are evened up at 12. A back and forth set number 2. And this is what you want to see from both teams. Once again, this is the conference opener for the year. A lot riding on this game. If you win it 3-0, you have all the momentum you need. But if you lose 3-0, then that is where things can stall early. And there is a nice kill on the far side. Madeline Hoops once again. The freshman outside has been tremendous tonight for the Warriors. Their whole team, top to bottom, has been on point. They have had some rough patches so far, but for the most part, this has been a very good and I would say complete team performance. That time just not going their way. Ace Ring unable to get it over. And we are tied up at 13. At this point, we're looking for one play, one pivotal moment that will sway one team to be on top and one on the bottom of this set. That could be that play. It is a big ace for the Minerva Lions. Zurich getting it done, and she will continue to serve. Get another one here if you are Minerva, up by 2. That could be enough to potentially control the rest of this set. A heavy hit towards the back line, kept in by Sainer. Hoops goes to the far side, lollipopped over, kept alive by Jackson, but put down in the middle by Madeline Hoops. They will review it. The point goes to West Branch, and I think they wanted it to be reversed as it hit the net. A very contentious call. The follow through, she may have touched it, but Madeline Hoops, uncontested in the middle, gets the kill. So yet again, we are tied at 14 now. Jackson dishing it over to the right side. Put over by Catlett, and there is the point for the Minerva Lions. The back and forth affair continues, and heading into serve number 30 of the frame, the trend looks to continue. Can Minerva find their breakthrough? Yes, they can! It is an ace for Emma Catlett! And for the first time in a long while, one of the teams has a 2-point lead. The back and forth stops at least for now. Catlett gets her break. Can Minerva continue to build? Did they get the touch? Not quite. It is out of play. And West Branch is back within 1. But a good sequence here by Minerva. Plenty of resolve. They know if they get this set, all is still to play for heading into what would then become the most pivotal set of the game, the third set. It's simple. Whoever wins that third set then has control. But we've seen it so far this year. The big example, Padua and Hoban. Even if you're up 2-1 through 3, that does not guarantee a win. Jackson, a hard hit over. Nicely dealt with in the back by Lane. Good crossbody hit now from Janosic. Unable to get it to go. Pushed over by Schellenbarger. West Branch back on the attack. Kaylee delivers. Excellent dig in the back line. Minerva tries again. Jackson pushes. Here come the Warriors once more. Pushed over by Hoops. Kept up in the back line. Schellenbarger pushes. Excellent dig. We play on. This time it's Janosic. And Janosic gets the point for West Branch. Wow, what a doozy. Back and forth, back and forth. One of the longest sequences of the night so far. And it is the Warriors taking the point and tying it back up at 16. I'll tell you what, if you only watch one set of this game, this might be the set to watch. But that can change as the game progresses. We highly advise you to stay with us throughout the entire night. But once again, if you're watching on playback, this is, at least right now, where to be. 17-16, West Branch trailing Minerva in set number 2. Schellenbarger sends it over. Ring ranging back to get it and sent back over by Ring. Here come the Lions. Jackson crossbody. Good deflection. It falls in West Branch territory, and the point belongs to Minerva. Rebecca Jackson has stepped up in a big way in set number 2. We talk about being the only senior. This is what you want from her. Leadership by example, and she has done so. Light tap, it is put down. Once again, it's Jackson. That time, precision over power, and time has been called by the Warriors. Minerva up by 3 in set number 2. They want to tie things up at 1 apiece. In the meantime, we will step aside and hear a word from our sponsors. You are watching OHSAA Volleyball on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club.
Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern, or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow.
(1916) Minerva on top of West Branch in set number 2. A chance for the Lions to tie things up early on in this tie. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening, live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel if you are just tuning in. But what a game so far here in Minerva. Set number 1, a simple 25-15 victory for the Warriors, but now they're on the ropes, down by 3 late in set number 2. Minerva will set up their attack. Schellenbarger for Jackson, gets it through and gets the points. Rebecca Jackson has stepped up to a new level in set number 2. The Lions 5 points away from stunning West Branch and taking set number 2. If they can win this set, then this is going to become a roller coaster affair. Almost an ace for Schellenbarger, but sent back in, and it will be in the end. West Branch did everything right, but nobody home in the middle. 21-16 now your score. Coach Cosmo on the far side still giving instructions, has one more timeout to play with. Minerva, they have both of theirs up by 5. Low serve from Schellenbarger. Ring, dishing it back. Kaylee delivers it over. Schellenbarger lining it up for Jackson once again. She is denied, but it won't matter. It is off of a Warrior, out of play. The point goes to Minerva. Excellent block attempt, but it falls in Warrior territory. You can hear it. The Minerva Lions are fired up, and for a good reason. They lead 22-16 over the West Branch Warriors. Once again, a quick timeout to create a word from our sponsors on SmeeSports.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Here we go, back to the action, and it is an ace immediately for the Lions. Schellenbarger, after a quick timeout, brings us back, and it is now 23-16. I'll tell you what, Minerva has turned a new corner in set number 2. 2 points away from getting the job done to tie it up. Tipped in the middle, kept alive by Jackson. The return not there, and West Branch responds. But for those just tuning in, you are watching OHSAA Volleyball on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. And what a game we have here. I was just talking to our producer slash switcher, Julian Rodriguez. This is his first volleyball game, and this dude is stressed over 2 teams that he really hasn't heard of until today. That is just the excitement and the atmosphere here at Minerva, and that is why another big point for the Lions. It is going to be set points. I'll tell you what, whenever they get 25, this building is going to erupt. Minerva loves their Lions, and they want it here on set point. West Branch backs against the wall. What can they do? Light return to the back line. Schellenbarger forward. It's Schellenbarger squared over to Jackson. Slips it, but it goes back into Minerva territory. West Branch now on the attack. Pushed over by Hoops. Whistle blows. Point Minerva, and they win set number 2. Once again, the Lions take a set off of West Branch, and we are tied up at 1. What a turn of events. A rough end to set number 1. But the Lions put their heads down and get the job done late in set number 2. 25-17, your final in the frame. And yet again, all is still to play for here in Minerva. What a job by the Lions. Ayla Schellenbarger and Rebecca Jackson taking over for the pride of Minerva. Through 2, honors even on SmeeSports.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern, or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow.
Before we get back to the action here at Minerva High School, if you are someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your businesses and your brands. Thank you to our broadcast sponsors for today, Heather Prince of Howard Hanna Crowell Interiors, the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club, who also is our broadcast presenter tonight, and then Garth Evans, the athletic director of Minerva High School. Minerva fans, if you have a business, this is a great outlet for you to funnel your content right to your desired audience. No time better than now to join on with SmeeSports and become one of our broadcast sponsors. It really does make a difference. That is how we are able to do these broadcasts. Without sponsors, we couldn't do it. We are happy with this partnership, and we want to keep it going for the next couple of years. And to do so, we need sponsors. So once again, thank you to our 4 sponsors for today for making this happen. Heading into set number 3, still all to play for. 1-1 now your score. Minerva last year was the only team outside of Marlington who beat West Branch twice to take a set off of the Warriors, and they do so tonight in the second set of EBC play. Once again, the Warriors coming off of a loss. The Minerva Lions coming off of 2 straight wins. The Warriors looking to send it over. Hoops able to deliver. Schellenbarger able to hit that one over. Almost miscommunication in the middle. Popped over by Kaylee. We play on. High setup at Schellenbarger once again, but puts down in the middle. It is kept up though by Dowell. We play on. The digs continue to get better as this game goes on. Push over by Coker, and the point goes to Minerva. These Lions are energized, and on a long sequence to begin the third set, they get the point. So many great digs early on. But if Minerva is to win this game, it was simply because of their resolve. They have been tremendous in that category tonight. Just so many great plays being made time and time again. West Branch looking for an answer. Coker to the far side, picking up Catlett, and it will fall in West Branch territory. 2-zip lead early on in set number 3 for Minerva. But they cannot look too far into the future. They need to focus on the here and now first of all. If they look too far ahead, that is where their struggles are going to start to come out. They need to be careful here. And that is why it's a great response by West Branch. Hoops puts it down. And WB has their first points of this pivotal third set. Once again, for those unfamiliar with the rules of volleyball, best of 5. If we do see a 5th set opposed to first to 25, it would be first to 15. That served right into the net by Kaylee. Minerva takes the points. And keeping this cushion established is going to be a big deal for Minerva. You're up by 2. This is where you work. This is where you work from to try and make something happen in this set. But as expected, it is an immediate response by the Warriors. They have to be careful with that. The more momentum West Branch gets early on, the more likely they are to win this set. West Branch, they are the favorites in this game. They were at least heading into tonight. but predictions only mean so much in the grand scheme of athletics. High hit, it's a scramble down below. It is out of play. It is an ace for the Warriors, and we are tied up at 3. And that is why I talked about maintaining that cushion. The 2-point lead gone. And West Branch a chance to take back over in set number 3. Sydney Lane, the sophomore, back deep to serve for West Branch. West Branch last year losing in the district final. That feeling still fresh in their minds. Jackson lollipops it over into no man's land, and the Lions take back their lead. Once again, going back to set number 2, Rebecca Jackson has stepped up in a big way for Minerva. She has taken that next step, that next leap to get her exactly where she wants to be as the leader of this team. If you're the only senior, you'll have that target on your back. A heavy hit, and it is a great kill by Janosic. Plenty of power behind the smack, and we are tied up at 4. As Kendall Hoops goes back, our next broadcast is going to be tomorrow night at Rock Hill Elementary as Alliance Girls Soccer welcomes in Canfield. Shalom Barger playing it back, pushed over. It's an excellent dig to keep it alive by Hoops, and there is the return. Minerva back on the attack. It's Jackson denied by the Warriors, and West Branch will attack once again. It is a no-look push for the points. Sometimes you need a little bit more than power. There is that exact notion on display. Just nicely done. They read the room perfectly. They understood the assignment, and they got it done in the end. Shalom Barger pushing it over. No room to work near the net, and we are tied up at 5. Very similar to the middle portion of set number 2, where the points went back and forth. For those just tuning in as well, 25-15 in set number 1. Minerva led 4-1 early on. Then West Branch went on a tear to win by 10 in set number 2. It was balanced back and forth. Minerva able to go blow for blow with West Branch before finally taking over when they got their 25-17 win. And speaking of going blow for blow, there it is. West Branch responds to Minerva, and they now lead by 1. The libero Sainer coming back on, heading into tonight through 15 sets, 1 kill, 13 aces, 34 digs, and 6 assists. Heavy return, heavy kill attempt kept alive by Jackson, and Schellenbarger will return. West Branch will try it again. It's Fritz, denied at the net, a big block. And once again, it's Jackson involved, and she was joined by Dierich. A big block. We saw with Mount Union last year once again, going back to the Purple Raiders, the moment their blocking defense took that next step, they got so much better. One of the top blocking teams in the nation, and that gave them a very good chance to make it into the tournament, which unfortunately they did not. Another nice play at the net by Minerva. I talked about it early. Keeping the ball away from the net was going to be key for Minerva. But in the last couple of, I would say, serves opposed to minutes, they have looked like the better team close to the net. And that is a big claim to make given the height difference. Light tap over, and there it is once again. Khaled unable to get it over, kind of off balance when lunging, and we are tied up at 7. But height is everything in this sport. You look at some of the best Division I middle hitters, 6'4", 6'5". You need that height against some of the best hitters in the nation. Schellenbarger delivering it back over. Hoops go to the center for Fritz, and Fritz overhits it. Minerva back on top. If this is the kind of finish that we are in for tonight, then this is the kind of game that we want to see all the time. If every volleyball game could go back and forth like this, then I think the sport would be more followed. But I feel like this year, this is the year where volleyball has its breakouts. Excellent dig attempt in the back line, not enough, and the point goes to West Branch. And that is simply a goal of a lot of people who love the sport of volleyball. I have really taken it to heart at Mount Union, as I am the voice of not only the women's team, but also the men's team who won the MCVL this past season. When you truly throw yourself into the sport of volleyball, you find so much to like. Nice battle around the net. Minerva keeps it up, and now West Branch has a chance to attack. It is Kaylee denied once again. There is the block, and there is a violation on West Branch. Point Minerva. But if you are a first-time watcher of this sport and you are not entertained by this, I do not know what to tell you. Volleyball, one of the more underrated sports in the OHSAA. Schellenbarger tips it over, and the tip sends it back to the stage. The Lions continue to roar. 10-8 your score. And once again, if Minerva can win this set up 2-1, even if they do fall in 5, this is going to be deemed a success. Obviously, every team wants to win every game. That is the goal as a team. If you are not playing to win, then I don't know. But right now, against West Branch, a great team, that might not be a necessity, but don't tell the Warriors, as it is cashed in once again for the Lions. Now a 3-point lead. Minerva playing potential spoiler tonight, but still so much time to work with for West Branch. Ring dishes it back for Audrey Ring. And here comes Minerva. Schellenbarger goes to the back corner and connects. Yet again, another pinpoint hit. Minerva up by 4. They just have to control from here. They have the cushion, but once again, can they hold on to it? They need 13 points to win the frame, and it's an ace! Make it 12 now! They flip over the halfway point. Point 13 by 13, Derrick. Timeout, West Branch. The Minerva Lions causing some chaos in the EBC. Set 3, 1-all your score. But in this frame alone, Minerva 12, West Branch 8 your score.
Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern, or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow.
Welcome back to Minerva High School here in Minerva, Ohio. 12-8 your score. And as we can see on the far side, a lot of Minerva fans in attendance tonight. They have a lot to cheer for so far, as their Lions have been truly impressive. And now on the board, you can see the updated score, 13-8 now, and it's an ace, make it 14! Minerva now up by 6, back-to-back aces for Derrick. On the board, they waited a while to put out number 13. But we continue, now a 6-point lead. Can the Lions keep it going? Kaylee, it is blocked out of bounds though by Schellenbarger. And the Warriors will take a very much needed point. Down by 5, still far from over in this set. Minerva needing 11 to take home set number 3. But for those just tuning in, Minerva putting in the work in set number 3 and in set number 2 as well. What can they concoct on this play? Khaled delivers it into the center. Ring the set, the hard push, kept alive by Dowell. Played forward, Schellenbarger, denied twice. An excellent block at the net by the Warriors. Now 14-10 your score. Back-to-back points for the Warriors. And this is a team that once they find rhythm, it is hard to take them out of it. Minerva needs an answer. Kept alive by Dowell as she stumbles back. Tipped over lightly, it will fall in West Branch territory, not quite. Just missing out of play. A close attempt by Cashden, but not enough. West Branch back within 3. And if you are the Warriors taking 3 straight, this is the run that can change the game for you. Groover delivers. Dowell to the net, puts down. Dowell keeps it alive. Sent it back, but also keeps it alive in the same sequence. West Branch tries again, and they get the point on the tip. Madeline Hoops makes it a 2-point game. Once again, for a freshman, her ability to adapt to the high school game, only 7 contests in, is truly impressive, especially for a very talented West Branch team. Minerva backs against the wall once again. Schellenbarger with the return. What says West Branch? It's Janosic, goes to the back line, and it is out of play. The point goes to Minerva. And the Lions can breathe a little bit easier, but not too much easier. They have to be careful here, and we can just feel the stress here at Minerva. Both sides very stressed right now. They know how pivotal this set is. And obviously up here in the booth, we know just as well. 15-12 your score. West Branch trying to make it back to a 2-point game. Quick return by Coker. Ring lining it up, and it is put down once again by the freshman Hoops. Get another kill for number 14, and she will sub out for a few moments. An interesting choice to sub her out given how pivotal she has been in this comeback. But it is the sophomore Sydney Lane taking her place, and she will look for an ace or a spark at least from the back line. Good set by Coker. Back to Jackson. Denied at the net by Kendall Hoops. Back to a 1-point game. All it takes is one of the hoops to make an impact for the Warriors. Both equally important, but both can function by themselves. Serve number 30, a chance for West Branch to tie it up. Schellenberger forward to Jackson. She slips it through, but kept alive by Groover. An excellent dig in the back line. Minerva will try it again. Coker behind. Schellenberger on the tip, gets the points. And a slight cushion is restored for the Lions. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Minerva. They needed a point somewhere, something to give them a 2-point lead or greater. They got it, but still a long road ahead. Sent to the back line, kept up by Lane. Lined up for Janosic, overhit. Minerva back up by 3. And if you are Minerva, get 2 more points here, up by 5, then you control. You still do have your timeouts. That is a big thing to look at. If this gets too close for comfort, you do have that cushion if you need it. Whistle blows. A violation immediately on West Branch. Minerva gets a gift, now up by 4. And Coach Cusmel, we might see him call time soon. He will make some adjustments on the far side. He has been a very vocal coach tonight, no surprise. But right now, he just needs an answer from his Warriors. To the net it goes, and it slips into Minerva territory, but after falling in WB territory, it looked to be a West Branch point from here, but it appears to have slipped behind. Minerva now up by 5. And this is one of the biggest serves of the night so far. Awkward reception, kept alive and pushed over by Hoops into no man's land. Pushed back, nobody back further. And Minerva, they knew it right away. The point will go to West Branch. Hudson Schellenbarger, the freshman, frustrated but immediately picked up by her teammates. And there is nothing to be ashamed about as a freshman getting this opportunity on varsity, especially with the opportunity to play alongside a sibling. That is special for her. And to see her teammates picking her up right away, you can tell she's in the right place. Heavy hit, but it is denied at the net. Skimmed over. Second time's the charm for Minerva. They are back in the 20s. It looked like it was going to be a tremendous block by West Branch, but just enough time, and it is slipped over again. That time, no possible return. Dowell delivers. 20-15 your score in set number 3. Fritz sending it back over. Miscommunication, it will hit the floor, and the Warriors are back within 4. A little rhyming action thrown in there as well. It is the libero, Sainer, back deep for the Warriors. West Branch needs a spark here, and they will make a substitution. Kaylee back in the game, and she will relieve Groover. Sainer sends it over. Libero to libero as Dowell lining it up. It's Jackson. She slips it through, kept alive somehow, but it's out of play. Point Minerva. Excellent resilience by West Branch, but just not enough in the end. I feel like so close, but yet so far really defines that play. A tough break against the Warriors. Minerva 4 points away from taking a second set off of West Branch. And then from there, their sights will be set on doing the unthinkable, upsetting the Warriors to open EBC play. What a storyline that would be. To the center it goes. Dowell, far side, lined up for Schellenbarger. An awkward reception. Point Minerva, 22-16 your score. And now, do we see a timeout? Yes, we will. He will make the call, and the Warriors will talk it over. Once again, you hear the Minerva faithful. They are loving it. 22-16 your score in Minerva in set number 3. You are watching OHSAA Volleyball on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club.
The Minerva Athletic Boosters Club is dedicated to supporting the needs of the Minerva Athletic Department and all varsity sports teams. We also assist our middle school teams and work year-round to raise funds that directly benefit our athletes, whether it be providing new uniforms for varsity and middle school teams or providing scholarships for our athletes as they move on to their next chapter. We do a lot to help support our beloved Minerva Lions. Join us for our major events such as our reverse raffle in September, Super Bowl squares in February, or our St. Patrick's Day dance in March, or join us for any of our 9 meetings this year starting in September and running monthly through May at 6 p.m. at the high school library. We invite you to
Welcome back to Minerva High School. 22-16 your score. Almost an ace after the timeout, but just kept alive by Elaine. The Warriors once again with their backs against the wall, looking for some answers. Catlett pushes it over, and it is off of a Warrior. Point Minerva. For those just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening, and you are watching one of the most exhilarating OHSAA volleyball games on the SmeeSports YouTube channel, and it is presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. What a night for the Lions so far, but it is only beginning. Heavy kill, and there it is. Audrey Ring, a bolstering response for the Warriors. Make it now 23-17. To refresh your memory, the last set did end 25-17. So we will see if West Branch can do a little bit better than they did in set number 2. They need a lot more than that to get back into the frame itself. Ring sending it over. Schellenbarger goes behind the back and delivers. West Branch back on the attack. It is Hoops, the freshman, unable to get it to go. Minerva back attacking. Dowell to the back corner, kept alive near the net. Great return by the Warriors. Here comes Minerva. Schellenbarger pushing it over. Hoops keeping it alive. Lined up for Kaylee. It slips through. Point West Branch. Where else would you rather be than here? The storylines, the play, everything coming together tonight in Minerva. And these Warriors still fighting with everything they have. Ring delivers again. Schellenbarger lining it up for Catlett. Tries to go crossbody, can't get it to go. Light tap. Schellenbarger delivers on the return from the Warriors. Another attack. Hoops denied at the net. Still with the Warriors. And they put it down again. Hoops gets it done. A great scramble attempt by the Lions. Not enough to send it back over. Now a 4-point set. And if you are Minerva, you do have those timeouts, but you need 2 more points here. You need to fight. Put your foot in the ground a little bit harder. Just use a little bit more grit to get it done. Schellenbarger running the center as the middle hitter. Catlett delivers it to the libero, Sainer. Madeline Hoops denied of a kill by Dowell on the back line. Schellenbarger pushes it over. It's a scramble for the Warriors. Hoops tips it over again. The freshman being dangerous as ever. Jackson, the senior, gets it, not quite. Minerva wanted a tip, and from this angle, it looked like a clear one. I thought for sure the point was going to go to Minerva, but in the end, it goes to West Branch, and they now have a lifeline. Timeout Warriors, rather, timeout Lions. What a decision. We will keep it here during the break, but that looked very close. It looked like there was a ricochet, but once again, we talked about it earlier. You cannot rely on the tip to get your kills. You can't rely on it for points. It is too finite. It might look clear from up here, but the linesmen right up there, they might not have seen it. They might have seen a different angle that says, okay, you know what? It looks like it, but looking like it and being it are 2 completely different things. That's my 2 cents on it. The officiating tonight, I would say, has been really good. That's a tough one. It could have gone either way, but if you're Minerva, I say it all the time, you can't say if this one call went our way, we would have won. You have to win it no matter what. You play with the calls, not against them. Now a 3-point set. Ring sends it over. We are back underway. The Lions need something here. And they will not get it. It is a big block on the far side. Yet again, it is Madeline Hoops. If she can play like this throughout the rest of the season, do we see an All-Ohio appearance as a freshman? We easily could. Now a 2-point set. Minerva once again 2 points away from getting it done. Towel delivers, yet another freshman getting some game time tonight. Hoops again, gets the point on the tip. Back to a 1-point set. Minerva used one of their 2 timeouts moments ago. How aggressive is Coach Oaks with her timeout here? I don't think this is the time. If it's tied, yes, use your timeout. But if you can make it 24-22, you don't use it. Ring sends it over. One of the most important serves tonight. Schellenbarger plays it back. It slips through. West Branch keeps it alive. No look tip back. Schellenbarger on the return. Here come the Warriors. Light push into no man's land. And we are tied at 23. Out of nowhere, it is West Branch back in it. Once again, you can never count out the Warriors. It's just like those boys from Golden State. Same exact thing. You never count them out. A big serve. Whoever gets the point has set point on hand, and it is West Branch. A big block in the middle, and this should be a timeout for Minerva. And there it is. The Warriors are celebrating, and for good reason. What a turn of events. What a run for the West Branch Warriors. Set point here in Minerva. 24 West Branch, 23 Minerva. You are watching 08-23, and we need to see something big here from the Lions. We will not, and the set will go to West Branch. They get it done, 25-23. And as we do have some tech difficulties, we will step aside and be back on in a minute. Real quick, we do apologize for the technical difficulties. The Wi-Fi at Minerva not working today. They are working on fixing it. We were working on a hotspot. It has been unstable all day, and for a few moments it did drop, and we weren't able to get it back until now. West Branch did take the final point of the set, and they did complete their comeback. 25-23 your final in set number 3. We will step aside here for 1 moment and be back on in a minute for set number 4. (25-23) West Branch takes home set number 3, and they are now in control. 2-1 overall up on the Minerva Lions as you are watching OHSAA Volleyball on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. For those just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. The task is simple for the Warriors. Get the job done here and move on to the next contest. It's a tough one. It is a very tough one right now for the Minerva Lions. So close to taking a 2-1 lead, but in the end, at that final hurdle, just couldn't get over it. And now they have to win the next 2 sets if they want to win this matchup. But if you're West Branch, a lot to take away from this game, and it is going to start right away tomorrow, regardless of the outcome, as we are back underway for the 4th set. Hoops, a hard hit, and that will be the opening point of the frame. Once again, it is the roof providing the assist. Both sides have been hurt by it tonight. No real surprise, just given the ceiling orientation. And now the Warriors, if they do end up winning this frame, 24 points away from winning the match. Ring delivers it over, and it is going to go awry. It's an ace for the Warriors to zip the score. West Branch on a tear. Once again, it was 23-16. Since then, it has been a kill shot 11-0 for West Branch. They have been on fire, and it will bleed into 12. 3-zip your score. The Warriors just doing insane things right now. We mentioned it earlier. You can never count these guys out. And if you had doubts as to why, I think those doubts have been cleared up here. Ring delivers again. Excellent dig in the back line by Dowell. Schellenbarger pushes it to the back line, unable to get it to go. It is Kaylee delivering it for the Warriors. Back near the net, the ball goes. Schellenbarger, high hit off of the ceiling, and Minerva is on the board in set number 4. An excellent return, plenty of zip behind it, and they were able to get just enough done there. And if you are the Lions, you have to play, as this is the final set. You got to force one more. If you lose this, your night is over. And once again, West Branch picks out a weak spot of the defense and gets the points. Now 4-1 your score. Just to preview our broadcast schedule for the rest of this week, tomorrow we will be at Rock Hill, 7 p.m. as the Lions girls soccer takes on Canfield. Then on Thursday, back at Marlington as the Dukes take on Streetsboro in a boys soccer game. Then on Friday, 6:15 pregame, 7 p.m. kickoff at North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium. Holy Name versus Gilmore football. And that rounds out our week of OHSAA sports. Heavy pushover kept alive right off of the line judge. And it is a point for the Warriors. 5-1 your score early on in set number 4. As well, stick with us after our final commercial break as we will announce our player of the game presented by SmeeSports. Looking forward to announcing that. We do have a really good candidate on hand right now, so we will see who ends up getting it. Close call on the back line, just misses it, and the point belongs to Minerva. But we could call our player of the game in 20 minutes. We could call it sooner than that. It just depends on how this set goes. Good lineup. Hoops lightly taps it over into no man's land, and it is Kendall Hoops getting the points. So now 6-2, a 4-point advantage for West Branch. And if you are watching as a fan of the Warriors or as a player watching back film, the big turning point was just the energy level. The moment this team bought back into the cause, that is when things flipped. Energy has been a key factor tonight. When Minerva has been loud, they have been great. When quiet, it has been all West Branch, and that is something to note in this final frame, potentially. Schellenbarger too rich. The point belongs to the Warriors. And sometimes after these tough starts in a set, you'll see the coaches contemplate using a timeout. In EBC play, it's a tough call here. But if it's maybe 10-2, which that's not possible, we could have seen it. Now back to a 4-point set. But we do see it all the time at the collegiate level. You have a tough start down 10-2 early. A coach will use their timeout. Primarily, you see timeouts used after the one team has 15 or more. But that changes when your back is against the wall, and if you lose this set, the game is done. Completely different scenario. Ring once again with an overhit. Back-to-back overshots by the Warriors. And it is now a 3-point frame. And going back to what made the run of form for Minerva so great, their resilience. They are buying back into it here and need to continue to do so. There it is again, but not enough as the hit goes under the net into West Branch territory as the Warriors will take the point. West Branch fans, this is not the only time this year that you can watch your Warriors take on the Lions on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. As on September 26th, we are back here for the football game, 6:15 pregame, 7 p.m. kickoff. Light hit by Dowell, unable to get it over. And the point goes to the Warriors. But I will say, regardless of if the Minerva Lions win or not, I am truly impressed with how they have played tonight. They have really fought. They have given it their all. And if this game doesn't go their way, that is not their fault. They have done everything they have needed to. And they can be a threat in the EBC, and they can still be a big threat tonight. Another big point keeps them in it. And it's simple. If you win this set, all of a sudden first to 15 gets it done, which the last two sets they have been the first to 15. And we talked about it earlier. 2-1 is not an automatic win. You need all three sets. And that is why Minerva battling back in, now down by 3. And they just need to keep building off of this. Right now they're getting points by forcing mistakes from West Branch. It's a contrary to earlier, but you make them force mistakes, you can win. There's another one, it's an ace. But playing towards the net could force more mistakes. Right now, it's just a lot of receiving errors. And I'm sure Coach Cusmell down there, a big thing that he is saying is take your time, see it in, and pick out your target before you even have it. Don't try and get it there, but have an idea if you get the ball where you're going. And that can really help West Branch out here. Now up by 2, make it 3. It's an excellent kill for Abigail Janosic. Janosic has been great tonight, and once again, West Branch has that four-headed attack. And that balanced offense has given them a lot of great wins over the years. And they are now 15 points away from another great one tonight. Back deep, it is Sainer the libero, and she will send it over. 10-7, West Branch on top of Minerva in set number 4, and that'll make it 11-7. A partial block by the Warriors, hands up, but it goes right into the net. And now Sainer, another opportunity to get a point on the board for the Warriors. Heavy serve, too much power. It misses behind the back line, and Minerva is back within 3. Once again, stick with us. After this game is over, then we will announce our player of the game presented by SmeeSports. Should be a good award to hand out tonight. A lot of great candidates on both teams. Hoops lining it up for Ring, and Ring gets the kill. West Branch back up by 4. And their power has been too much tonight on so many occasions. Going back to the height advantage. When it comes down to it, you can't teach tall, and Minerva is just unable to compete with the couple extra height digits against them. Good lollipop by Khaled as she is able to clear it over both lines. And that is one of the few ways that you can combat height. It was an awkward spot. It did help that she didn't really have her balance, but able to loop it on over. It worked out in that occasion. Back to a 3-point set. Nice tap and go, but unable to get the point. Kaylee will have to try again. Schellenbarger delivering it back over for Minerva. And here come the Warriors. Tipped by Hoops, and there is the point. Schellenbarger laying out for it in the middle, as she appears to be slightly shaken after the attempt. But truly, Minerva has given it their all tonight. They have fought hard, and you would expect nothing less from this group. They might not be the conference title favorites or contenders, but they might be the greatest team in the league. And with plays like that, you see why. Now 13-10. This set far from over. In the first set, Minerva won. They did trail early on, so this isn't necessarily uncharted territory. And that one could have gone long. Instead, it's an ace. And there it is again, forcing mistakes. Back to a 2-point set. And they will have to rely on Derek, who has been a great player tonight, to try and bring them forward to the promised land. It's another light serve, this time 2 light, and the Warriors will take the point back, now needing 11 to win the set and the game. Looking ahead to West Branch's next couple of games, they have Marlington at home on Thursday. That is going to be one of the biggest games this year for both teams. The next week, West Branch is going to be at home against Alliance, at home against Carrollton, at home against Tuskegee Central Catholic, and then to round out the next 5, they are at Salem. Light tap by Schellenberger, unable to get it back over, and the point goes to West Branch. A lot of home games early on this year for the Warriors. And with a win here, they would take an above 500 record back to Beloit. Catlett delivers it back over. The Warriors trying to make it a 5-point set, and they can. Good coast-to-coast kill by Hoops. From one end to the other, she gets it done. And we will see a timeout called by the Lions to talk things over. West Branch locked in. 16-11 your score as you are watching OHSAA Volleyball on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club.
Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern, or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow.
West Branch 16, Minerva 11, your score on SmeeSports. Set number 4. It is the Warriors up 2-1 overall in this best of 5 OHSAA volleyball clash. Sent over by Gruber. We are back underway. Minerva looking for an answer, and they get it out of their timeouts. It is cashed in with the point. Back to a 4-point set. Once again, for those unfamiliar with volleyball, if we do head to a 5th and final set, opposed to playing to 25, we would only play to 15. So that'll be an interesting dynamic change if we do end up seeing it. Schellenberger sending it over. Minerva needs to put a good run together here, but it is the Warriors getting a point back. Janosic with it. Now 17-12. And it does appear that our scoreboard, it's updated on our end, just not on the actual feed, so we do apologize. Heavy on the serve, it will miss, and that'll make it 13-17. And there we go, now it has refreshed. We do apologize for that. Once again, running off of a phone's Wi-Fi and connection. So we are making do with what we have tonight, as it has been somewhat spotty. Good play near the net, kept alive in the back line. Good scramble by Dowell. She gets it forward, and Ayla Schellenberger returns. West Branch back on the attack. It's Ring putting it down for the points. Nicely done by Audrey Ring. The junior has been sensational all game. And when we talk about player of the game, so many great candidates. You could really give it to anybody on the West Branch roster, as they have all played a very important role in tonight's contest. But up by 5, West Branch maybe a point away from getting enough separation, and they will get that point just over hit. And West Branch is now 6 points away from the win. And the impressive thing about West Branch, you look up Beloit where they're housed online, a total of 903 people, and those 903 are tremendous. The Warriors now in the 20s, 5 points away from getting it done. But I was truly shocked to find out that Beloit hosts 903 people only. That was as of the last census. Tipped over, scrambled to the back line, kept alive, but not long enough. Good hustle by the Warriors, but not enough for the return. Minerva back within 6, and they need a big, big comeback. I do believe they have one timeout left, as they have only used one. And then as for the Warriors, they have both of their timeouts in this frame. Dowell sends it over. The Warriors looking for a statement kill. And that might be it. Just slipped through by Fritz as she is able to split the defense. West Branch back up by a touchdown and extra points. 21-14 could be a precursor to the game on September 26th. But we will see when the time comes for that. Still a month away to be exact. And in the meantime, a timeout has been called as both teams talk things over. We will step aside one more time in this set as we will be back on in a moment. West Branch 21, Minerva 14 your score in set number 4. It is the Warriors up 2-1 overall in this best of 5 OHSAA volleyball clash in the Eastern Buckeye Conference. Schellenberger plays it to the right side, Jackson, and Jackson gets it through for the points. Rebecca Jackson has been elite tonight for Minerva. Really haven't called her name much until now in this set. But throughout this ball game, she has really shown some great senior leadership. And she will need to show a lot more of it if Minerva is to get back into this frame. And that will potentially help. Great response by the Warriors. Looked like a sure ace, but we play on. Dowell out to the right. Returned too heavy by Schellenberger. And the point goes to West Branch. Now 22-15. So the Warriors 3 points away from getting the job done in Minerva. Once again, this is a warm-up game for them heading into the big one on Thursday against Marlington. And that could really shape the trajectory of the EBC. It's a light hit, not getting over. Point West Branch, now 2 points away from getting the win. Minerva has fought very well tonight, but this game appears to be bleeding green. Ring lining up, sends it over, but is interrupted by the Nets. And Minerva will have a shot, down 23-16, but they need a big run here. One final reminder, stay with us for our player of the game presentation, as we will announce that after our final commercial break. Lined up for Kaylee, it is out of play. Point West Branch. And it is officially game point in favor of the girls from Beloit. West Branch up 2-1, and this could be the final serve of the night. Can the Warriors get it done here? Ring delivers it. Jackson sending it forward. Lined up for Schellenberger. It is wide, and West Branch will win the match. 3-1, your final overall, 25-16 in set number 4. Just too rich on the hit, but overall, the resilience of West Branch tonight shows up in a big way, and they will take the opener in the EBC 1-0 heading into their big game on Thursday night back in Beloit against the Marlington Dukes, a precursor for the EBC title. As both teams head to their respective huddles as the match is done, we will step aside one final time, hear a word from our sponsors, and then announce our player of the game. You are watching OHSAA Volleyball on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts. Here at Crowell Interiors in Malvern, we're your local one-stop shop for flooring, furniture, cabinetry, countertops, and home decor, carrying trusted brands like Lazy Boy, Mohawk, Shaw, Lancer, Birch, Cambria, and many more. Visit us at 403 North Reed Avenue in Malvern, or give us a call at 330-863-2553. Family owned and operated since 1994, we focus on delivering quality and genuine services so you can love your home today and tomorrow. The Minerva Athletic Boosters Club is dedicated to supporting the needs of the Minerva Athletic Department and all varsity sports teams. We also assist our middle school teams and work year-round to raise funds that directly benefit our athletes. Whether it be providing new uniforms for varsity and middle school teams or providing scholarships for our athletes as they move on to their next chapter, we do a lot to help support our beloved Minerva Lions. Join us for our major events such as our reverse raffle in September, Super Bowl squares in February, or our St. Patrick's Day dance in March, or join us for any of our 9 meetings this year starting in September and running monthly through May at 6 p.m. at the high school library. We invite you to
West Branch 3, Minerva 1, your final in the EBC opener for the 2025 campaign. Set number 2 was taken by the Lions. Sets 1, 3, and 4 belong to the Warriors. Your player of the game for the match tonight, it goes to none other than Madeline Hoops, the freshman from West Branch. And I'll tell you what, if she can play like she did tonight for the rest of the season, as I said earlier, she could be in contention to be on an OHSAA All-State team. She was truly impressive. You see how the Warriors work as a unit. She was at the forefront of all of that as a freshman. Both of the hoops were great. Both of the rings were great. All the way around, the West Branch Warriors were great. But I would be remiss if I didn't say how good Minerva looked in this game. For a team who was 10-13 last year, much improved this year, only one senior, but they are relying on other leaders. You can give a special shout out to Ayla Schellenbarger. She was elite tonight, stepping up as a leader, as a member of the class of 2027. But you do have to look at their lone senior, Rebecca Jackson. She showed why she's a senior and why she's the leader of this team. Truly an impressive and gutsy performance from her. She did great, but in the end, West Branch too much to overcome as they take home the win in 4 sets. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest 2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is to hit 5,000 subscribers. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing and greatly helps out all we do here at SmeeSports as we serve the Cleveland and Stark County areas. As well, make sure you follow us on our social media pages at SmeeSports on Instagram, at SmeeFest 2024 on Twitter, and at SmeeSports LLC on Facebook. We want to greatly improve our followership numbers on all of those platforms, especially Facebook. So if you have any of those, make sure you go and drop us a follow, as you will make sure you do not miss any of our games that way, as we post that kind of information along with our interviews and other content on those social media pages. Additionally, if you want to become a broadcast sponsor, the information is on your screen. We thank once again Heather Prince of Howard Hanna, Crowell Interiors in Malvern, the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club, who was our broadcast presenter today, and Garth Evans, the athletic director of Minerva High School, for sponsoring today's broadcast. We are able to bring you these Minerva games along with Alliance and Marlington games because of sponsors, and in the case of Alliance and Marlington, with our partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Without those, we would not be able to do these broadcasts. So if you can sponsor and you are a business owner and want to, it's a great, inexpensive way to advertise, but you do reach your target audience and you get a lot of bang for your buck as a part of our numerous packages. So many great ways that you can promote your business and your brand during our live athletic contest. Our next 2 broadcasts here in the Stark County area are tomorrow and Thursday. Tomorrow we are at Rock Hill Elementary for Alliance Girls Soccer as they take on Canfield, 7 p.m. kickoff. Then on Thursday night, we will have Marlington hosting Streetsboro in a boys soccer clash once again, 7 p.m. at the Marlington Middle School field, a.k.a. the Marlington Soccer Stadium. Then on Friday, to round out the week, it is our OHSAA football Friday Night Lights game of the week as the Holy Name Green Wave plays host to Gilmore Academy. Pre-game show most likely getting moved back to 6 p.m. at 6:30 is senior night. Then it'll be a 7 p.m. kickoff at Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium on the campus of North Royalton High School. Holy Name looking to improve to 2-0 on the year. Gilmore Academy looking to get back to 500 after losing their first game 21-19 to Benedictine. But that will do it from Minerva High School. Game number 1 of the SmeeSports era at Minerva is in the books. We are grateful to be here. We are glad to have this partnership, and we are excited to follow the Lions along with our Aviators and our Dukes in the Stark County area for the next 3 years. I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Minerva, and we will see you again tomorrow for some more exciting OHSAA athletics. But this has been OHSAA Volleyball on SmeeSports, presented by the Minerva Athletic Boosters Club. Thank you all for tuning in this evening, whether it be right now or later on tonight to get highlights. We hope that you have a good rest of your day, and as always, we will see you again next time.